Here with your cool down of the week. We've got 5 stretches for you to go through today. And for this series, you are going to need access to a wall. So something that you got some space to be able to do, basically a wall straddle. So a good amount of space. But we're going to start with a stretch called Eagle combined with saddle. And so saddle is going to be seated on the shins, on the heels, or if you have the flexibility today, you can have those feet go out and then you can sit between the heels. My quads are real tight today, so this is not very comfortable. So I'm gonna choose to sit on my heels. I'm not necessarily getting a stretch here, but the other way was just too much. So find that kind of saddle position that allows you to hold that spot and be a little bit comfortable, okay? And then from here we go eagle arms. So we're gonna take our right arm and loop it underneath the left. We're gonna drop the shoulders down and then we're gonna wrap the hands. We're gonna try to connect. Now if you get thumb and finger, cool. You can go all the way around. And we're just drawing the shoulders down. And then once you get the clasp on the hands, we're gonna lift the elbows up just a little bit. We're gonna feel a nice big stretch across the back into those upper traps. You can also kind of roll your neck if that feels good too. Okay, gently release the arms. Okay, and the shoulders a little circle of rotation and whew. And then next one, we're gonna go left arm under. You might find one side is a little tighter than the other, and that's normal. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears and then wrap the hands around, grab for what you can. If you've got a little bit more space, you're gonna elevate the elbows and feel that stretch across the back. And again, move the head around. Good, and go ahead and release that. And just as a reminder, you can stay in these poses longer, especially as you get more used to this sequence, depending on also how you feel, what's tight, what's sore. Okay, next up, we're gonna go reclined glute stretch. So find yourself on your back with your knees into the chest, give them a little squeeze. And then you're gonna place your left foot flat on the floor, right foot over and above that left knee. From here, draw the left knee in. Now you might find a lot of tension through this right hip. So the hands have some options. You can grab foot and knee if that's all that you got today. You can also thread that right arm through, grab for the back of the thigh, and then find that position too. I like the knee and the foot grab a little bit because I can create a little bit more tension in this position, in that really deep spot in the glutes and in the hips. And breathe. And if you find that the stretch's tension releases, you can always deepen the stretch, bringing that chin a little closer to your chest, and that will help reset the intensity. Good, let's go ahead and release, and then we'll go the other side. So right foot flat on the floor, left foot goes over and above that right knee. And then draw your right knee in and then decide here, like I'm pretty tight today, so I'm gonna stick with grabbing my foot and my knee and just drawing the shin in. But maybe you've got a little bit more space to be able to thread that left arm through the legs to grab for the back of the thigh. And just finding that good stretch here. If that intensity relaxed a bit, you can pull the shin in more. Last little bit. Good, and gently release that. Okay, so next up, we're gonna go to the wall. You can take your mat or not. I'm gonna leave it here because we're gonna come back to it. So I'm just gonna find myself over at the wall here. And My ideal is straight legs, and so I'm going to get my hips as close to the wall as I can while lifting them up and keeping the legs straight. Now, if I can get my tushy all the way close, let's do that. Good. Now, from here, you're just going to let your feet fall wide, not pushing them down. You're just going to let gravity do some work here. So let those legs go wide. Find a little softness in that position. Relax the upper body. Release the jaw. The fingertips are relaxed. Everything's just soft. And over time, as we sit here, we're just going to feel that those legs inch wider just because gravity is helping out. Okay? So we'll breathe here. And just noticing the release of the tension through the inner thighs. Couple more cycles of breath. Last few breaths here. Good. All right. Now, to get out of this, you're going to grab the outer edges of the knees, give them a little bend, and then start to pull those knees gently together. And then we just roll over to any side. And I'm going to make my way back to the mat. And we've got child's pose side stretch next. So what I'd like you to do is find your mat, toes together, knees apart. You're going to sit back to your heels. And then we're going to walk the hands forward and over to the right side. So as they go over to the right side, you reach more with the left hand because that's the side that we're stretching, this left side. So as you anchor the left hand down, reach back with the left side of the hip, and you'll find more length and a little more traction to be able to create that length through the side body. And we'll just kind of move around here. You're rolling the ribs down and up to touch every part of those lats to get really good stretch. Good. Now walking the hands through center and over to the other side. We're going to reach through that right hand, anchor it down, and then the hips go back. And again, move through this position, rolling the ribs down and up. Find where you need more space. And bringing those hands back through center. And then the last thing, we've got tabletop. So go ahead and take a seat on your bottom. You're going to let those feet come out in front and flat onto the mat. This is a stretch for the shoulders. So we're going to put the hands behind us. Fingers are going to face forward. Okay. First thing we're going to do is straighten the arms. Open up the chest as we squeeze the shoulder blades together. You might find enough of a stretch here through your biceps. But if you need more, we can lift the hips up a little higher. And then if you want even more, we can draw those hips forward towards the heels to open up through the front and the biceps. And bring the hips down. We're going to release the hands, shake it out. And then we're going to go one last time. Hands behind you. Squeeze. Press through the palms and lift. Draw the hips forward for a bit more. Good. And bringing the hips down. All right, you guys are all set for your cool down of the week. Again, feel free to stay longer in those poses, especially as you get more comfortable and as you train more and your body tells you a bit more about what it needs. Listen to it and enjoy. We'll see you guys next week.